Greetings, fellow scientists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to X4 Foundations, Episode 10, Unlocking Research.
So I'm still an instructor. Professional merchant. Hey, my trade wing went up. And that's almost certainly as a result of Kellyan's mining ship making trade runs. The other thing I could consider is with the money that I make, I could also improve my trade ships or buy other ones, right? Like, you know, I don't really want to be micromanaging like a giant trade fleet without some automation. But giving him like a travel drive would allow him to travel between trade points more quickly. Because if I recall correctly, well, I don't even need to recall correctly. Let's look at loadout. Mining drill Mark 1, mining turret Mark 1, shield generator Mark 1. And then you've got combat drive Mark 1, thrusters Mark 1. Yeah, so it's pretty much as slow as that ship can go.
Katana,
so it could really benefit from
sector.
Better thrusters and drives and all that stuff. You know what I'll do? Let's go ahead and deploy a resource probe. Another very useful thing to do, and I should have done it, is the gates that connect to hostile territory. Dropping a satellite right there is very helpful. That lets you know if and when there's significant enemy presence. If you want to go fight Xenon, it's helpful to have satellites at the gates so that you know when the Xenon are there. So the next time I'm near this gate, or really any gate that leads to hostile territory, I should remember to drop satellites for intel. But yeah, there's pretty good raw materials here. You can think of it this way. Any zone that is really dangerous to be mined tends to have more minerals because it's dangerous. You know, because the typical miner wouldn't be able to do that without sizable risk. So zones like Getsufune are generally more resource rich than like safe zones, like like Pious Mist 2 or Trinity Sanctum 3, because it's been stripped of resources because it's so safe. There's no risk involved, and the spineless miners have already overmined.
Autopilot disengaged. Entering system. Sol.
All right. So we are in Terran space. There's no way I can take that mission. We have destroy
Autopilot
mines mission
engaged.
up here, which I'll head to, but I'm hoping to pick up more missions on the way there. And there's still like the docket player HQ that I've just like not long neglected. So at some point, if this is a fruitless endeavor, I'll double back to the PHQ and dock to see what Bozo Ta has to say to me. Oh, there's even a pirate marauder out here. He's a free family fighter, but it doesn't say what faction he is. But yeah, with a name of Marauder. He's oh yeah, he is a Free Factions Marauder. Cigaris Pioneers Miner. Oh, here we go.
Terran security to Talati vessel. You are approaching Terran restricted space. Please divert your course.
This is Talati Trader Lucrative Investments to Terran Patrol. We are looking for mutual opportunities to make profits.
We are not interested. We insist that you divert your course.
But we can surely achieve mutual benefit from...
Negative. We demand that you change course immediately.
maybe we can persuade you with valuable information about...
We order you to change your course immediately, or we will be obliged to take measures to protect the safety and security of this system.
Okay. Changing course. The unrealized profits from this unfortunate loss of opportunity are split equally between each of us.
So there are parts of Terran space where you need a essentially license or special permission or reputation, however you want to look at it, to go to. And if you don't have that, they will light you up and blow you up. You can try to blow past their defenses, but they will actively hunt you when you're in territory that you don't belong. So you got to be careful about that. I just got a message.
Terran security to approaching vessel. You are approaching a restricted area. Please divert your course immediately.
Well, that's a little difficult because I have a mission to be over here. And you offered the mission.
I knew I could count on you.
I don't think I'm actually getting close to the, let's not ride into the mines. I'm not actually getting close to the restricted space, which would be the jump gate to the next closest target.
Object.
So here's one of the Terran missions that I have to try to befriend the Terrans. Blowing up mines that were laid by someone out
Friend
around this
foe
station. By skill plate packed, actually. And blowing up these mines are a little bit easier now, because
Unknown
longer range
object.
weapon and more firepower. These mines are going poof quick. Range on this thing's like about 3K. Or just shy of 4K, rather. And if you're wondering that, it does say in the weapon stats that you can read. There's a lot of mines here, though. Scale plate really wanted this place sabotaged. And it's a medical facility, too, so they're real jerks.
Unknown object.
Reminds me of...
We will be scanning your inventory.
I don't have anything illegal, so I don't have anything to worry about.
We've detected contraband.
You did?
We've detected contraband.
Oh, yeah. That's true. From the
That was
Xenon
right
destruction.
decision, pilot.
I'm trying to make them my friend. I'm okay with dropping the contraband. It's not a big deal. It's kind of annoying, but like, in the scheme of things, I'll get dozens of those items in the process of finding the Xenon. And at some point, if I build up enough rep with like police license and all that, with the Terrans, they won't scan me as frequently. They'll leave me alone. Alright, where is this mine? Is it like... Okay. I was a little worried about shooting and having it and hitting the station instead of the mine, but okay, it's fine. Okay, we're down to, or up to -14. And there was one other mine disposal mission that we took.
Autopilot engaged.
Which is right around their gate. So what they don't want me to do is they don't want me to get close to their accelerator, which is, which is here.
Unknown object.
Because that leads deeper into Terran space, which is actually Earth, you know, Earth and the sun and all that. Venus, Mars, Neptune, etc. They're all here. So we're in the outer asteroid belt. We're in, like, I guess this is the Oort cloud or something. But yeah, Earth is over here somewhere. Can I survive a mine hit now? Yeah, I could. Definitely. The difference is my current shields are... What is my shield output? I have 2 Mark II shields that are like 5,500 megajoules apiece. I forget what my old shields are, but if I, just for point of reference, analyze the Scorpio here, the other small ship that I have, my Scout, it has 900 megajoule shield, and my current one is 5 times that, I think.
Unknown
I'll check.
object.
I'll check in a second. I just don't want to like fly into this minefield. I want to make sure not to collide with the minefield first.
I knew I could count on you.
Autopilot disengaged.
Wait. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, I have a lot more shields to be able to soak up a mine if I need to.
Fox.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Unknown object.
Now, if you're wondering, the gates cannot be destroyed. It's not to say that, like, the faction that quote-unquote owns the gates are going to be all that happy if you, like, open fire on them. Whereas, like, everything else in the galaxy is basically destructible, for the most part. I think they're... It depends on some settings. I think
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory.
there are some settings that make, like, certain quest objective stations not destructible. So depending on your scenario, they may or may not be, like, plot armored. But for the most part, like, if you see it, you can blow it up. All right, that one's done. And we were helping out some stranded ship out this way,
Autopilot
because they're
engaged.
surrounded by mines as well. So 18 times larger, I think? Let me double check. So the last one was 900, and this one has 11,000. Yeah. So the slightly tougher shields, and this isn't even the toughest of the shields. And these shields are unmodified too, because there's upgrades that you can make to your shields to make them even tougher. So yeah, pretty significantly different
Fox.
from small to medium-sized ships, where it's like 2 orders of magnitude, or not 2, but like at least 1 order of magnitude better. 2 would be 100. But there are some medium-sized ships that are almost 2 orders of magnitude better than small ships, because there's some small ships that are like really under-equipped, like race ships. There are race ships that basically are all speed and nothing else, that have almost no shielding. It might not be, given the time that I have, all that realistic to truly befriend the Terran. So I might give up on that. Uh-oh, I am flying way too fast. So what I did there was I, like, buzzed by the minefield so that I didn't... to overshoot it, so I didn't stop near it. Because I don't want them blowing up on me. Because I might be able to take 1 mine, but there is more than 1 here. So alternatively, I could fight the Xenon, which I think is probably the most bang for my buck if I want combat experience, in the name of the Terran Federation instead, and try to cozy up to the Terran Federation instead of cozying up to
Fox.
Argon Federation rather than cozying up to the Terran. I've already destroyed the mines; it just needs to register. You're welcome. Because yeah, after those 3 missions, I've only gained 1 rep. Some missions are a lot more bang for your buck.
You can be on your way.
It just highly depends upon, you know, the quality of the mission that you're being offered.
Engaged.
All right. Current priority right now is look for combat missions and head to the player HQ. So I've queued up the player HQ as my destination target, and I'm just going to try to find combat missions on the way over. I think, Scorpio, you're probably done with that. So let's remove that. And let's go ahead and map second contact flashpoint. Don't care about quick fixes. Yeah, I think in terms of the scope of this marathon, it doesn't make sense to try to cozy up to the Terrans because they're just so frosty to begin with that it will take too long. I'm not going to see the benefits of it. Even though most of the best weapons and upgrades are Terran. It's too much effort. And that's not entirely true. It really depends on the types of ships you want. Generally speaking, Terran ships are like very strong jack of all trades. Split ships are very fast, very fast with a lot of guns, with low shields in the hull. Paranid ships are a lot of firepower, but less agile. The different Talati ships. What are the Talati ships? I don't even know if they're good trade ships. I guess Talati are not really designed to be very militaristic. The Argon Federation are like the Terran ships, but junior. So they're very similar to Terran ships, but like slightly less quality. I guess, if I had to peg them down to something.
Disengaged.
Because they're also still human. And then we haven't even gotten to the Boron. But I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get out to Boron space, because it's pretty far away from the areas that we've been so far. So I'm going to pull this again. I know this is the same poll as before. If you want me to work towards upgrading the new combat ship, I'll try to take combat-related, either Paranid or Argon Federation-specific combat quests. But yeah, I'm just happy to let you vote on the next focus. But yeah, at least we saw a little bit of Terran space. And we confirmed that Getsufune is now owned by Terran, because at the start of the game, they were unclaimed.
Entering system. The Void.
Ooh, that's a lot of money, though. Yeah, I'm going to accept that quest.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Not that I particularly care for my rep with the Antigone Republic, but that's pretty decent money for the quest. So, yes, count me in. Killian, you finished mining? Let's get you to sell your wares. There's a slight diminishing returns. Last time I traded the silicon, I got about 9,000 more per load because we are supplying it. So the supply is going up, the demand is going down, the trade price is going down. So at some point it makes sense to, find a different silicon or buyer. If I oversupply the same station over and over again. Which is why I have Scorpio flying around looking for new stations. So remove and explore here. So any of these question marks where I know that there's a station there, but I don't know what kind of station, I can have him check it out so I don't have to do it myself. Save myself the effort.
Unknown object.
And I want to check in with Bozata before doing whatever this next priority is. So I'm going to go to the PHQ and then whatever else next that you have me do. Oh, we're going through the, ooh, let me manual steer around this thing. Going through the rad belt.
Asteroid.
So you can see my shields went to like half, even just traveling through there. And I have pretty beefy shields, so you can imagine what happens to an under-equipped mining vessel that's traveling through there. They get chewed up pretty quickly. Red arrows on a big map are always enemies or pirates. Not necessarily pirates, but enemies, yes. If it's red, it's hostile to you. If it's pink, it's hostile but not open fire on you. And then blue would be like neutral. Green would be player-owned.
Laser Tower Mark 1.
I almost don't even need to do anything to these laser towers because the station's trying to defeat them themselves. But I will contribute. I am being paid, after all.
Docking permission granted.
Okay. There we go.
Laser Tower Mark 1.
One down. Two down. Ooh, I must have been hit by the station guns because I just had my shields poofed. The station has some pretty crazy high power turrets on it, and if you catch a bullet, or it's not really a bullet, but if you catch like a plasma blast, it's much ouchies, and that's what happened to me. All right. Well, thank you for the 300 and... Whoa, see, those are the blasts that I'm talking about. Those giant ones. They would mess me right up. All right, so that mission is done. Let's get back to the PHQ. And as I'm traveling to the PHQ, just look for any quests that would be high-paying or nice to do. So you guys want me to save up for a land claim station. Got it?
Thanks for your help.
The only thing that was dropped in the combat was bandages. No, not interested. They're not worth anything. I did get a message, though. Probably an offer of some sort, yeah. Antigone Republic wants to promote me because my rep with them is 10. So I could become a friend of the Republic for a military equipment license and military ship license. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I'm very close to Argon Federation 10 as well. Can you wipe factions out? Sort of. It depends. Yes. It's kind of hard to answer without, like, super spoilers. But I'll go with yes. With, like, many asterisks involved.
Autopilot disengaged.
Why is my autopilot not going to the gate that I told them to? Drunk driving autopilot.
Entering system. Second contact. Autopilot engaged.
An aggressive solution. Deploy 7 laser tower at a target. I don't have any laser towers, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to join the Hatifa League, and I'm not going to get involved in the Paranids' righteous civil war. No thanks. Your Civil War is not my jam.
Entering system. True sight.
So I'm not going to be able to pick up any of the missions here. They're all the heretical faction of the Paranid. Zero interest in doing work for them. So I'm just passing through their territory, trying to get to the PHQ.
Entering system. Holy vision.
Even if it pays well. I don't work for them. Oh, a Xenon hunt. Oh, man, that's too bad. Because I would have loved to do a Xenon hunt for any other faction but them. I think Kellyan just got to where he's... Yep, Kellyan's done, so I'm going to send him back to mining.
Entering system. Pontifex's claim. Entering system. Highest mists.
But our money is almost back up to 1 million. You know, once you have a bigger ship and you have more trade fleets, it's way easier to earn money. And then, really, if you want to print money like crazy, getting means of production. Once you own means of production, you know, once you can create Claytronics or create hull parts or really almost anything, you can really start to print money much more quickly, which is something that we haven't done, but we're saving up for a land claim now. So, I should update my priority to that end. Head to the player HQ and then earn for the ability to claim territory. So once we own territory, you can consider making factories so that we can really start to earn some scratch. Sean, thank you for the reset. Welcome, and cheers. So most of these like small fry missions now, I'll just ignore. If it doesn't pay over like a few $100,000, this is no longer interesting to me. You know, you want my elite services, you got to pay an elite price.
Entering system. Nobilius fortune.
So in terms of weapons, some weapons are better at hull, some weapons are better at shield, some weapons are better at destroying individual components of ships. So yeah, there's absolutely like a...
Entering system.
When you land, enter the elevator.
There's absolutely sort of like a rocks, paper, scissors for weapon damage. And then there are... So the weapons I have right now on this ship are more geared towards destroying fighters and medium-sized ships. Terrible for capital ships. So as a general rule of thumb, the faster the projectile of the weapon, the better it is to hit smaller things, and the slower the projectile of the weapon, the better it is to hit bigger things. So you can have, you know, beams and repeaters that shoot really, really, really quickly, that are very accurate against small targets, but absolutely don't do anything to larger targets, or big honking like plasma shots that move very slowly through space, which you will never be able to land on a fast-moving drone or fighter, but will punch real hard into stations and capital ships. And you can try to design a ship that has all of those things, but generally the jack-of-all-trades type ships that are really good against everything is actually truly really good against nothing. So I find in my experience to have ships that do, you know, one or the other, but not attempt to do both. Generally, you're not going to be very good at destroying fighters and capital ships all in one. So if I could design this M-class ship to do both, but it's still... Even if I could take out capital ships, which you can definitely have M-class ships take out capital ships, they're still going to, generally speaking, struggle unless you do a lot of missiles at taking out, like, stations. Station killers tend to be capital ships. And then, so I would say as a general rule of thumb, your ship, like, capital ships are really good against stations and other capital ships and M-class ships, but they're not so good against fighters unless you design them specifically for that. because fighters can kind of swarm them and get in blind spots and the like.
Autopilot disengaged.
All right, here we are.
Headquarters. Docking aborted.
So another thing you'll notice is we dock in a different spot
warranted.
now. We have a big ship. We no longer dock in the side docks. We dock in the main dock, which means that when we're parked here, no one else can park here because it only has one M-class docking bay.
Nemesis. Vanguard.
I'm not even sure I actually parked before I teleported down. Oh, did I walk the wrong way? Shoot, I did. Another issue with having a giant ship is the landing bay or landing pad is enormous and it takes a while to cross it. All right. He wants me to go to the science lab, I think? Let me activate the mission so I know for sure. Yep, I was right.
Aha! At last, we meet face to face.
So this is Bozota.
This installation is equipped for habitation of all races, and this room seems to be some sort of research area. I expect I could spend years poring over the data contained in these systems. Hello there!
Anything I can help you with?
Yes, I have already made some progress. There appears to be several things we can research at this facility. Please take a look.
So access the research menu. And there's another safe deposit storage here if you have more illegal things that you want to put away. So in the station here, there's a new research tab.
As you can see, there is much to do. I personally find mention of this teleportation irresistible, but I leave it up to you to decide what we research first. Please note that these research items have certain requirements.
So in order to research stuff,
It appears some Terran technology was being used to research teleportation over long distances.
you guys are going to be able to pick what to research. So teleportation, as you gain more research into it, and it costs a lot more. So initially it's only like 100 advanced electronics and 2,000 energy cells, which is expensive but not too bad. And then it's like 5 times that, and then like 7 times that, and then 25 times that. It gets a lot more expensive. Then there is the dock module hacks, which allows you to steal dock module blueprints by scanning data links. There is the production module hacks for production modules and storage module hacks for storage modules. So what that is if you want to understand how to build certain docks, you can scan the leaks at the dock, or for production, scan the leaks at the production, so on and so forth. And then there are the ship mods. So there's the chassis, the engine, the shields, and the weapons. And I would say all 4 of them are pretty handy. And these, unlike the ones up above, require you to do like an extra mission for them, whereas the ones above just require resources. So the top 4, I could assign like a trade ship to acquire that stuff, and the bottom 4, I have to kind of do them myself. So what to research? Teleportation, dock hack, production hack, storage hack, chassis, engine, shields, weapon. And I'm going to let you guys decide that. And he just wants me to research any of them. What I will say is the bottom 4 are going to be easier to research than the top 4. I'll just say that plainly. The bottom 4 is like a fetch it quest, and the top 4 is supplying a lot of stuff. Expensive stuff. If that makes any difference to you guys. Then while you vote on that, I'm going to show you the other sections. So there's the manager's office. I don't have a manager, so I'm probably going to want a manager so that they can manage the... so the purpose of the manager is a manager would allow trade ships to be assigned to the station and the trade ships to buy and sell the resources that the station needs to be able to fulfill the resource requirement for research. And manager, now that I have more money, hiring a manager shouldn't be too expensive. We have the personal office, which really is just like the data storage. And I showed you that before once we got here originally. But here it is. It has, it has a chair and a security storage. That's it. It's pretty basic. Can you do both? No, you have to pick one at a time. The basic dock, the trader's corner, and actually, yeah, let's go to the trader's corner. And then you can just go into the spacesuit and, like, float around, which there's really no point in doing.
Can I help? Here you go.
Sell my bandages. The programming field array I could sell, but it's also a component needed to make a SATA device, so I'm going to hold on to that for now. I'm not going to buy the bomb launcher just yet. Sell the crystal bits, and that's it.
Safe chip.
All right, so let's do teleportation.
I will need some materials to get started.
So, it wants me to extend container storage capacity up to 5,000 because I'm simply not going to be able to store the materials to research teleportation without extra storage. I was pretty sure I actually built storage here, so I'm surprised that that's even a requirement. What is my storage capacity? Wait. What the hell? Oh, you know what? I still don't have the Argon S container storage finished.
Docking crews to stand by.
We're still waiting on Claytronics. Only 3 of them, but we're still waiting on Claytronics. That's what confused me. Is that storage module that I queued up to build like ages ago is still not finished. That construction vessel is still waiting on the last of the Claytronics required. In that case, do we have Claytronics being delivered for that? No? Okay, I'm gonna send Scorpio to buy some Claytronics. And also hire a manager. I'm gonna do both. So, Scorpio, go to the Claytronics factory, trade, and buy 3. I don't want any more than 3, because I don't want to put it in storage in my PHQ, because it will just take up space. And then, while I'm at this, let's go hire a manager, and go hire a captain for my ship. I meant to do that while I was in Argon Space. Whatever. I'll return to Argon Space and do it. Thank you for tuning in to X4 Foundations, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a miniseries June 22nd. Because this was streamed live as a miniseries, feedback cannot be incorporated, and I've also asked for no spoilers or backseating, so if you could avoid that in the comments, that would be great. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Twitch. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to that as well. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and the people that turned out to the miniseries, as well as viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. So thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of mine. Farewell, my fellow pilots.